Hi, my name is David. I am a sports and exercise science student at the University of New England in Australia. Today I'm just going to give a brief oral presentation on the possible impacts that your psychology can have on your ability to rehabilitate from injuries. So first I'll just touch on it. There's been a lot of research to do with the precursors, the psychological precursors that will influence whether you may or may not have an injury, which has been mainly down to stress. So say a major change at home, moving house, major life events, getting promoted, fired, all of these can lead to increased chances of injury while you're participating in sport, exercise, or just life in general. I'm more going to focus on how your mental psyche can help you recover from injuries and how that impacts it. So there's been a lot of research more so to do with how your mental approach to it will influence your ability to, say, recover from disease or illness. And there's been a lot of studies showing that your mental outlook can influence how well or how quickly you recover from certain diseases, with a lot of research being done with inoperable cancer to either help treat it or increase the quality of living. With that in mind, there has been another similar study that shows the same correlational impacts with injuries. This study was done in Canada. It mainly focused on people from one sports medicine clinic, and focused on either MCL, so ligament in your knee, or ATFL, ligament in your ankle, at least a grade 2 tear, so not minor in any way, and both rather serious injuries. The studies started showing that there were significant differences in recovery time for the same injury grade for different people, with the average being between 9 and 11 weeks, some being as quick as 4 and others taking about even as long as 30. And so this research targeted those group of people, sent them a survey with numerical questions and qualitative questions. From this, they extrapolated some data from that. A lot of it implied there were a few key things that increased the recovery time. All of this is correlational, of course, but we can infer pretty heavily from it. From that, they were able to infer that people who have, in general, a more positive outlook and perform something called positive self-talk tend to have a lot faster recovery times. So, as weird as it sounds, telling yourself, I can do this, or I'm going to be playing again, it's going to be okay, will help your recovery time. The weirdest one is to say, I've injured my wrist here. If I am doing literally talking to my wrist, going, you're going to be okay, you're going to get better, that has been shown to increase your recovery time. Decrease your recovery time. As weird as it sounds, talking to yourself helps. The other one that was shown to have a major impact on it was goal setting. So, like with all goal setting, the more defined it is, realistic and achievable, the better it'll help. The other one is the more frequently you set the goals, so you can get your little endorphin rush when you complete your goal. So someone who sets, say, a goal for every day, every week, every month, and an overall goal, they will have more success than someone who only sets, say, their 1 week goal and their overall recovery goal. So, because they're not as specific and they're not going to be achieving their goals as often, whereas the person has, okay, I'm going to do this every day, which is going to lead to me having this every week, and then I'll get this done every month, and I'll be healed like this, will have more success than someone who doesn't. Also, overall, the study showed in the qualitative answers, the people who had a more positive outlook during their overall injury tended to have faster healing. The ones that focused on negative aspects tended to have slower healing. So, in telling yourself, this is my fault, I was stupid, can have negative impacts on your rehabilitation. So it's not good to focus on those. Those will potentially slow your return to your sport. The last one that was used to a lesser extent and is less proven is the imagery association. So if you have, say, a torn ATFL or broken bone, if you can imagine that ATFL stitching itself back together with the new fibers, or you can imagine your bone reconstructing it in your head, and you can visualize that happening while you're doing the exercises or at night, you can then, that will have an impact on the recovery overall. The other thing to help you with this is learn what your physio and your recovery is. If you educate yourself on what your physio is doing and how your bones or how your ligaments, tendons are going to repair themselves, you can visualize it better and understand what is happening, which has also been shown to decrease your recovery time. So, in conclusion for that, your psychology can either increase or decrease your recovery time. Overall, positive outlook and positive self-talk is one of the biggest ones. So be positive. Don't fixate on the negative of it. So don't be going, oh, this is my fault, I'm an idiot. 2, set goals. When you settle your goals and you achieve them regularly, it will help you get through your rehabilitation, and has been shown to make your rehabilitation faster overall. 3, educate yourself and visualize the healing process. If you educate yourself and visualize it, you can help yourself recover even quicker. On the other side, don't be negative. Don't just go, oh, I'll get this done, sort of. And 3, don't imagine negative things. Don't replay the injury in your head over and over and over again if you can avoid it, because these have all been shown that they can possibly increase the time that you will have to recover. Thank you.